So now I'd like to share a little bit about my background. I was brought up in as culturally Christian, which means that my family did go to church, and I know the Bible stories and have looked into a lot of information about that, but never believed. As in, I would show up at church and I would listen to the stories, and there was never a point in time where I felt that what they were saying was useful or believable. And so that landed me in a place as a default as an atheist, which means I just wasn't convinced. It doesn't mean that I said I did not believe that there was a God. It just means I was not convinced of anything that was being presented to me at the time. And so for a while I just accepted that I was atheist, and I like the term agnostic because it takes away a little bit of responsibility from us all. Until eventually I started to realize that I felt connected with the world and with the earth and with divine source. And that when I said, at one point I craved a spiritual experience, and that was 2004, so many years ago. And I had one, and it was out in nature. It was this beautiful moment. I was in Canada, and it was in the summertime, so it was 10 o'clock at night, and the sun was setting, and it was raining, and I was over this beautiful valley, and it just sprinkled. It didn't rain much, and then this rainbow came out, and with the sunset, and I was so far away from home that I was struck with this. I had a profound experience with it, like a spiritual experience, and I wrote a poem from it. And that was, I would say, the first. That was what I think of when I think of a spiritual experience, because that was the first encounter I had of this profound sense of oneness and connection and beauty and significance, but not connected to any of the traditional stories or of other religions. So from there, I started to think that. Then I started to feel connected, and I tried to look up what spirituality would be connected with this, and I came upon the Center for Spiritual Living, and enjoyed that way of looking at things. And then I finally landed in Pantheism when I started studying the major arcana of the tarot and having tarot cards, because they connect with the earth and with the cycles and with astronomy and astrology. At that point, I solidified myself in Pantheism. I also feel connected with Agnosticism because no one knows. So it's kind of a foundation and a way of acknowledging that people don't know some of these unanswerable questions, and that's okay. So I also dabble in agnosticism, and sometimes I will call myself an agnostic pantheist. And the other one I dabble in is humanist, and humanist is I consider myself a humanist too, but in my spiritual practice I'm a pantheist.